Is it?
Yeah.
No. Well, there's worse people to be compared to. It depends on who you ask, I guess. Probably. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we are live, and we are back at one of our favorite spots, Southern Tier Brewing Company here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. And we are back with our awesome friends, Jason and Haley. Everybody say hello. What's up? And we have our super special guest, Kim Brady here, also known as Beer and a Manicure on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. It is Beer and a Manny, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Well, say hi to everybody. Everybody, welcome. Everybody, be nice and welcome Kim here. But Kim, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of background before we dive into the whole manicure and everything like that here.
Yeah, sure. So I've been doing this for about a year, and it started as a personal hobby. I am not an expert by any means on either nail polish or beer, so
we definitely beg to differ on the first one.
Don't expect anything too crazy today. We are in a limited time frame, but I'm really happy to be here. Yeah, it started as a personal hobby and a way for me to pass time and basically relieve some stress, and it's kind of grown from there. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, that literally tackled like every single one of my questions that I had. But no, that's great. We can kind of dive in a little bit further. But you said you started like a year ago. Was this something like, was the pandemic like sitting at home, like nothing to do? Is that what kind of got started this? Or was this something you were thinking about doing beforehand?
Definitely the pandemic. You know, I took stay-at-home order very seriously. I live by myself. It's me and my dog, so I had a lot of hours by myself.
Sure.
And was looking to pick up a hobby. I've done some other crafty type things in the past, but I really always have liked painting my nails just as kind of a stress reliever because it takes a lot of close attention.
Yeah.
So it keeps my mind focused. And yeah, having the time to do that and not going out definitely made it more of a habit for me.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it seems like everybody with like the pandemic too, or like either finding hobbies that they had before or like finding new things, like new creative outlets,
It sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, right.
I like start and quit like 10 different hobbies during lockdown.
I think everybody did too, right? And nothing at that caliber. Please don't. I mean, you're the same way like us. Like, don't sell yourself short. What you do is incredible. But I can tell this, and hopefully we'll earn a little bit of brownie points. And my wife's over here off camera. But when she was pregnant, I painted her nails like one time, her toenails. I did.
That's
she can back me up. And it was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. I just threw it. I'm like painting half her foot. I'm like, and I'm like, well, it looks so simple. Like it really does. And it like even just putting like that first coat on, I'm like, oh, this is great. And then it was like milky, and you can kind of see it. It was thicker in other spots. I'm like, why is this so hard?
Yeah.
This is terrible. Like I want to give up like halfway through. Right.
It's a skill like anything else that you get better at with practice. I was looking at some of my older, like my first posts, and it was impressive to me how much I've improved just over the last year.
Yeah.
Like the first couple posts that I did were on my personal Instagram account before I created a Beer and a Manicure, separate Instagram account. And it was just like single color, kind of matching, a very casual kind of thing. And I've definitely come a long way since then.
Sure.
I get the feeling, and not to compare it again, but like the same thing. I have not gone back to listen to like our first episode. Not that you should, because I'm sure they're fantastic.
Yeah. We say with all the confidence in the world. No. Yeah, no, we're almost kind of afraid to go back and see how bad it was.
I just don't want to. I'm not ready for that point in my life yet.
Right. We don't need that. But no, it is. It really is like a journey, right? Of starting and letting it grow. But
if anything, I think like maybe a future episode thing. I think it would be fun for us to do. And once we get like technologically advanced, I think we'll have to put together like a best of the worst of and like play it all and listen to it with the audience. I think that'd be the only way that I could do it. It's laughing at myself with everybody else.
Once we figure out how to do that, that would be awesome. No, I agree. That'd be sweet.
So listen to this 5 minutes of terribleness.
After our last one that we did, I went back and listened afterwards. It was just kind of cringing the whole time. I was like, it wasn't that bad, I guess. It was okay.
I think it is, right. Nobody's like used to hearing. Nobody likes it. It's like listening to yourself like on a voicemail or something or recording. Nobody likes to hear it, right? But it's always, I think, worse in our own heads. We always think it's going to sound way worse than everybody else thinks. And they say too, like I forgot where I read it, but it's saying you have like two voices, like the voice other people hear, and then the voice that you hear, and then there's the voice in your head, right? Like
Right.
how you talk, So it's probably nowhere near as bad as we think it is.
I don't know. I work in a call center, and I hear my voice all the time. They play our own calls for us back, and,
Yeah.
No.
and it's still terrible. I've done it for 3 years now, so
Yeah.
I totally get what you're feeling.
Yeah, so it definitely gets better, guys. Don't worry. But no,
it never is nice to hear your own voice.
Right. Well, no, we appreciate you guys coming back too for second time and hosting us again. Like this place is awesome, and Kim's the one who suggested us doing a pumpkin beer episode.
Okay.
And we thought like, okay, well, obviously Southern Tier is the place to go. It is the quote unquote king of pumpkin beers, if you will. Obvious pun.
Should I get it out of the way?
Right.
It's
I
fine.
had to. It'll only get cornier from here, I promise. Please, if you guys want to get started, I don't know what the process is, but anybody who doesn't know, we haven't really talked about this, is Kim is going to be doing Jason's nails live during this episode here.
I heard you were voluntold.
No, Jason was all for it. It was great.
Oh, awesome.
He pushed out. We were going to volunteer or voluntold Lee for it, but Jason
I'm
stepped
sorry.
up.
Didn't mean to jump on your.
That's okay. If she has time afterwards, I'm happy to do it.
All right.
I'm glad that you're excited about it because that makes it more fun for me too.
Sure,
Yeah,
I was too. That is totally all right.
Yeah, Lee's like,
I'm excited to see
definitely
it.
not disappointed at
totally-
all. I'm not heartbroken. I'm not heartbroken in the slightest. But what was it got started with, like the whole beer and a manicure, I guess? So you probably could have picked anything to kind of, I don't know, like mix and match, like, books or things around your house or anything like that. Was it just like the opportunity that the beer cans are really cool, or what started that like connection between beer and a manicure, I guess?
Right, yeah. It started kind of by accident. Like I accidentally matched my nails to a beer that I happened to be drinking and took a picture and the hashtag was born. And I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. So, and then I started doing it on purpose.
I love that.
And I do really have an appreciation for the art and design that goes into can labels. Like there are some that are really amazing
it's
out
huge.
there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we've fallen into that more now too. Like we're always looking to try and find something crazier.
Yeah,
a
cool
bigger
can art
appreciation.
it definitely shows. I mean, like you guys, they haven't figured out here at Southern Tier. If you guys have ever seen like the pumpkin cans and stuff, the graphic design on those cans is on point.
Oh yeah.
It's very cool. Definitely draws you in.
And big shout out that Kim on her Instagram and I think on Facebook as well just did one with pumpkin on her own nails. So be sure to go check that out. It like blew me away already, and then now she's going to be doing something here. Like it blows me away. But I know that it happens to me a lot, and I'm sure probably everybody else here. Have you guys ever gotten like completely duped on a sweet looking can of beer or a bottle design you thought was going to be awesome,
good
and then the
question.
beer was completely terrible?
Questions.
Because that happened to us a couple episodes ago. It was a while ago, I guess. But we did that when we stopped at Red Wine and Brew and got a bunch of them. And I'm a sucker for anything, just a cool can or a sweet label. And most of the time, it always like stands up. And that last one that I saved and I was like so excited for was just the worst beer I've ever had. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Oh, you're talking about the peanut one?
No, yeah, it was a
Peanut.
God, I don't even know what it was. It was like it was a spicy Korean ginger, like imperial. It was like it sounded really cool.
It's not gonna be okay. Yeah.
It was like a Szechuan and like some really spicy peppers. It was like a 13%. It was like in a tall boy can. It was almost like velvet.
Yeah.
I had like a texture on like the can design.
Okay.
And I was so excited for it. Saved it for like months. I'm like, this is gonna be great. We opened it for an episode. I was like, this is absolutely terrible.
That's
I can't-
definitely happened to me before.
How's it?
And I pick, these days anyway. So let me just get this out there. I don't drink that much, to be honest. I drink.
neither do we.
And you're drinking like
I don't know what you think.
1 or 2 beers a week, and it's usually when I'm like picking one out to do my nails. And
Sure.
so I primarily pick them based on the can art. So I know what kind of beers that I like, but I pick up stuff randomly just because I think it looks cool. And there's definitely been a few. I don't know. Should I call them out?
Yeah, do it.
The one that I was really sad about was Prairie Artisan Ales birthday cake stout. And
Oh, man.
I picked it out and I posted it for my birthday, which was in August, and I couldn't drink it. I couldn't even finish it. And
Oh, no.
I am not a huge stout person, so I'll say that right off the bat. but it was really.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a great episode.
I like some of them, but this one was incredibly sweet and it didn't work for me, so it was unfortunate.
That's so sad too. Like birthday stout. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I can't think of a brand off the top of my head that I have, but I definitely bought some that looked cool, and it turned out to be like really old, like an old IPA.
Oh yeah.
And that's the worst for me. It's just like a really old IPA with a hopster shot. It's just, I can sometimes choke it down, but it's not enjoyable.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
But have you ever done like any of those collective arts cans? Those are usually pretty cool.
I
For, like the
have
nail art.
in my fridge right now a 4-pack from the Jolly Scholar that has all the Cleveland music venues. So they have
Oh, cool.
a grog shop.
I saw
one,
that. That is very
The
cool.
Beachland Ballroom, and I can't remember the other two off the top. Maybe Mayhall's, I'm not sure. But I'm really excited to do something with those because I think they're really unique. And I love featuring Cleveland and local beers as well.
Oh yeah. I feel like even with like the explosion of craft beer scene, not only like in Cleveland but kind of nationally, it seems like the can art too has been stepping its game up. Like, I
Yeah.
don't remember it being anywhere near what it was now.
So much goes into it, and so many places do like local collaborations. I know like you guys have done them here.
We did it with Fry Guys.
Yeah, right. So I mean that's got to be huge for can art and stuff. They definitely want to publicize all that stuff.
It's
So
almost like a cool like new genre, I guess too. Of like things
Sure.
like you're like a canned artist, you know.
yeah,
It's a whole
that's
different,
true.
It's probably a whole new field that's opened up a little bit.
It's funny to think just a few years ago, people still thought canned beer was inherently worse or something.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm so worried I'm going to flinch and mess it all up.
Oh, you're fine. This is actually hard. You know, I haven't painted somebody else's nails in
Right.
quite a long time.
I was gonna ask that. How was
Yeah.
it?
At least
how
you could,
was
like,
it,
use both hands, you
doing
know?
it on your own versus somebody else.
Well, you know, when I'm doing that myself, I can get a lot closer.
Sure. Yeah, you and Jason are becoming real good
Well,
friends.
I got long arms, so I'll get closer.
Oh,
There you go.
that's perfect. Beautiful. Yeah. It's just, and it's also backwards because I'm used to painting
Oh, yeah.
in the other direction. But theoretically, it should be easier to do someone else's. But I guess
It's looking
I'm
good
learning.
so far.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so I coincidentally tried this myself like 3 times recently.
You did a
And
great job.
it is like almost impossible to do the dominant hand with your non-dominant hands.
That is hard. So, and I showed these guys already.
Just give up after a while.
You
Like, all
probably
right, good
can't
enough.
see on camera, but typically I only have a cool design on my left hand because I'm right-handed.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
veteran
And
move
so-
right there.
This one is usually a solid color, or sometimes I'll scratch something out, but it's usually not.
We're giving
It
away
would look
trade
like one
secrets
hand was
out
all
here.
professional, the other one
That's
was a child did it.
This is my Instagram hands.
Yeah.
And this is like the word.
This is the
Yeah.
party hand for sure.
Right.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh, is there like a secret, or how do you get like these designs so small? That's the thing that like blows me away, is like it's so intricate and it's such a small like canvas, if you will.
Right.
Working like what is the trick? Is it literally just getting like a millimeter away and just like a steady hand? I mean, I'm
Well-
shaking like all the time. You're just picking up a beer. Like I can't imagine trying to be
Yeah,
that
having
delicate.
a steady hand helps for sure, and I don't always have the steadiest hand.
I've had a lot of coffee today, sorry.
But we also have they have special brushes, so I don't know if you can see the tip of this.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
only,
yeah,
like,
no way.
A couple hairs, basically.
Oh, wow.
So you can do really fine detail with brushes like that, as opposed to the one that comes in the bottle. There are other special tools, like part of the design that I did of my own nails today uses a stamp. There's also like nail stickers, so there's different things
Yeah.
that you can do to get cool designs without having to be super
Yeah.
talented at it,
Wow.
actually. Yeah.
It's like opening up a whole new world to me, man. I really didn't realize like how much goes into all of this. It's incredible. It really is.
You know, I can see how cathartic it would be because like even I'm relaxing just watching.
I know, right?
Maybe it's the beer.
It is. Right.
Meanwhile, I'm so tense, like, don't mess it up.
Right. We're all relaxed. Jason's losing his mind inside.
I can get you a straw for your beer.
Right. There. Oh, that's what we need. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's great.
It is not always relaxing. It's a tedious process sometimes, and especially when I'm doing designs, like if you're doing one color on top of another, you have to wait until the first layer is completely dry.
Yeah.
And so these things can take hours sometimes, and I'm not always a patient person. So I'm getting up and doing other stuff, and I'm like smudging my nails or like jam into, the wall or whatever. And it's very frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I can only imagine.
We're me and Lee are both known for our patience.
Yeah.
So-
Right.
God, that's crazy.
Since we're talking about beers, we want to talk about what we have here.
Yeah, Jason Haley, please let us
Yeah.
know. So I already drank my whole pumpkin.
My pumpkin, yeah,
Okay.
my pumpkin
But,
is gone
and
too.
it's funny, I shared a little bit of like the arbiter, if you will, with everybody. And my my well-worded question is like, why is pumpkin like just the best, honestly? Because it truly is. And we're not saying that just because we're here, but I feel like being an outsider and not part of like Southern Tier is like, when you think of Southern Tier, immediately most people think of and the recognition with
I agree.
pumpkin, right?
If
like,
you haven't
it
had
is-
it, you're missing out. You're living under a rock.
Yeah, oh, right. And anybody from like not from the main areas of New York and Cleveland and area around here, like everybody knows, okay, Southern Tier, you think of the pumpkin beer.
Absolutely.
Like, why is it? What sets you guys apart so much? I guess.
I mean, I guess
Yeah, we're hitting the heavy questions now, man.
I know. Yeah,
You got the first
it's hard to
layer
answer.
on.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, they got in there pretty early. Like, they were definitely weren't the first pumpkin beer, but they were like probably one of the first like big ones.
Mhm.
And so it's like getting early, getting that fan base early, and we have like insane rabid fans, like people who show up in pumpkin costumes and stuff,
Yeah, we
and
had
like
a pumpkin quest a few weeks ago. and
store it every year. And
It was nuts.
yeah, with that, and then just having a really consistent flavor, being able to hit that pumpkin pie spice blend really nicely, and then just keep it consistent, repeatable every year, and dependable. And I mean, I think that's the secret, is all it is, because it's all about the pumpkin pie flavor. I mean, everybody knows pumpkin is just a boring squash. It tastes like nothing.
Right.
So I want the cinnamon, allspice
Take, I
clove.
love it, yeah. No, you're right. That's a really good point. That's awesome. No, and I know you guys you're working on quite a bit of like different ones here.
Yeah.
Not only besides the pumpkin, because of a lot of different spinoffs, and even specifically what's going on here.
You're not gonna mess up.
And everybody, we're rocking a whole new system today, and we're really excited for it. But we went fully wireless now with these new wireless mics, so we can kind of spread out a little bit. But I'm stupid and didn't have enough mics for everybody here today, so me and Haley are kind of sharing a little bit. So I'm gonna, as I ask a couple of these, I'm gonna let you guys, and so I'm gonna pass this one over to Haley and let you guys take it on the actual beers what we're drinking.
First of all, on this note, I love how, as a Star Trek fan, these look like little tribbles. If anybody's a Star Trek fan, we'll get that.
Yes.
I love this.
But yeah, so the pumpkin families. Besides pumpkin, obviously we got Warlock. It's been around the second longest, I guess. So it's like kind of the same thing. It's pumpkin pie beer, but in a stout
Yeah, that's
instead of
what
an
you guys
amber
have in the
ale.
middle there, that darker one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they're the same ABV these days. We changed it in the past, but I believe they're back to being like 8.6, both of them.
Yeah.
So it's a little sweeter. It's a little creamier because we use flaked barley in there. So no lactose. Don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's the same spice profile, same pumpkin and all that. And then in recent years, we've added more variants, including, so we have the cold brew, or
Yeah, that's the second one you
steep
guys
coffee
have
one?
right there. We have that.
Yeah, so like it sounds, it's like
nitro
making,
cans here.
so like when you make cold brew coffee, you basically steep the coffee,
It's good.
coarse ground versus fine ground. So like a coarse ground, you steep it in cold water like overnight or for a while. So it's the same thing. We just do it in the beer, and yeah, it's what it sounds like. Cold brew
Yeah,
coffee and
it's-
beer. It's actually
yeah.
a really great combination. I love
And
it.
you get that,
It's one of our more popular ones
you
for
definitely
sure.
get that coffee smell right as you like. I
Yeah,
just
as soon
that's
as
what
you,
I was like.
yeah.
And you don't normally see that in like a lighter, like clear beer. too.
Yeah,
Like almost like
A
it
lot of
places
coffee
your.
stouts.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day before people started doing cold brew, like they would do the hot coffee, and it's a very different flavor, and you'd often get this like kind of green bell pepper kind of flavor, which some people might like, but I didn't care for so much. But if you do the cold brew, you get like those more delicate kind of coffee flavors and not too much bitterness and that pepperiness.
Right, because it's a much smoother coffee in general when you're drinking cold brew compared to like a brewed coffee. So you definitely notice, just like you said,
Yeah.
drinking this compared to like a regular coffee stout or something like that. You can definitely tell the difference. That's very good. And Jason, you made this here. I know you said that, right?
Oh no,
That's the last one we're gonna try.
Oh,
the
that's
last
the last one.
That's the
okay.
rogue one sitting on the end there.
The rogue
Keep it
one.
ahead, please.
I'm
that's
sorry, I
okay.
gave
That's
it
okay.
away.
Let's jump right to that one because it's part of the pumpkin.
That's my favorite one.
Family. So yeah, the last one is another variant that we did a few times in the main brewery. Like I did it when I was up there a few times, but lately it's been dropped from like the regular roster. So I've been just blending up myself here, and it's really popular. Like we can't
It's
keep it.
delicious.
It's gone
and
like a few days after I
goes
put
so
it on.
quickly. It tastes so similar to a gingerbread cookie,
Which one
in my opinion. The,
Sorry,
the
I didn't-
rogue guy on
the
the
chai-
outside.
The
Yeah.
chai tea pumpkin.
Chai tea pumpkin.
Yes.
Yes.
So just like the coffee,
So good.
it's a cold steeping with chai tea. So you still get all the pumpkin pie flavors, but you actually get some of the similar profile with like cinnamon and nutmeg and so on, but then also like cardamom and orange peel, a little black pepper, and
Any
of course black
compliments?
tea.
It complements so well.
Yeah, I think they blend together really well.
It's very good.
Man, this we seriously need to, and I feel like we're getting a little bit better on like our beer aficionado like lingo, I guess.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it feels like fans like there's so much more different flavors. Every smell, every sip of that, I'm getting so much more.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yeah, I really like
Cool.
it.
so
That's why I
good.
like it. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
And then we've tried some other ones in the past. See, like there's like a pumpkin milkshake.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
of
that
course,
was good.
I almost forgot our it's not here right in front of us right now, but we also have a pumpkin whiskey, which you haven't tried.
We
It is
cannot keep that in
actually
stock
like
here
amazing.
at
I
all.
love it.
At all. We
I
go through it
wanted
so
to try
quickly.
it too. I was looking forward to coming
It's
here and
not
trying
here
it.
I'm sorry, not
right
the attention I
now.
should be.
We're out of it.
That's okay. I'll have to come. That's an excuse to come back, right?
Yeah. We have Cleveland Beer Week coming up next week, and we have an event that we're hosting here in the building, so we'll have it for that on October 23rd. Please get your tickets and come hang out with us.
Right, such plugs, please.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the whiskey, we also now have one of our RTDs, ready to drink cocktails. We call it King and Cola.
Yeah, we
So
have a
it's
lot of King and Cola here. Definitely an awesome thing to try.
whiskey Coke blend, basically. Yeah. Well, not Coke. We're not part of a Coke.
I love the disclaimer.
We were talking
Going to
about
suit, okay.
our commutes out here. I think it's probably almost an hour.
Oh, dang.
Right?
Yeah, probably out in Madison. But I work in Menor, so it wasn't bad coming here after work today.
That's still a drive.
Yeah.
But like it's well worth the hour travel or more to come
Yeah,
out here.
for sure. And it's not hard to get to. You just take East 9th,
It's right off the highway.
Yeah.
And there's ample parking around here and stuff, so it makes it a nice, easy location.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get a better parking lot than
No,
that one
it's
right
basic.
there.
I tell people we have our own parking lot basically. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 5-second walk, so it makes it easy for people to come down and see us.
Weird testament. My phone completely gave out and factory reset on the way here, or right before I left. And so luckily we screenshotted some directions and wrote it down. Literally, my only notes
Oh, like
here
old
are
MapQuest way.
off of East 9th and right onto Prospect. And it was
There you
that
go.
easy. But I'm
really
very
is that
jealous.
easy.
Kim said she's only a couple miles from here, which
Yeah, I'm super
which
close.
makes me very jealous because I would be here all the time. You mentioned you guys have a couple events. Is there anything else going on here for specifically, I guess, like the fall? Or what's
Yeah,
going on?
so
Those are handy questions.
Cleveland Beer Week, we have a couple things going on. We have the one event happening here on the 23rd. It's Toast to the King, and it's going to be a flight of our pumpkin beers as well as the pumpkin whiskey. There's different time slots. You can go to clevelandbeerweek.org to get tickets, and then we're doing a couple off-site events for Cleveland Beer Week as well. Night at the Bruseum, we'll be pouring s'mores there along with our King and Cola as well. And then
you guys are going to be there for that?
yeah, are you guys gonna be there? I mean, I won't personally, but we will be there. I know I'll be out of town for that. I'm really bummed because I really wanted to go. It's gonna be at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History.
Yeah.
It's an awesome event. They didn't do it in person last year, so it's exciting that it's back.
If you guys haven't,
Am I going to that? Am I
it
signed up for
is-
that? I kind of want to go.
You should
I
go.
have
If
tickets
not,
for you if you
I will
wanna
get you a
go.
ticket, 'cause
Yeah.
I will be there.
I only know when they tell me I'm going to something.
I
so-
have
all
a
right.
couple tickets, so if you would like it is all yours, and you can go and take some pictures for me.
Hell yeah.
That is one of my favorite events. ever.
I have never been I started here 2 years ago, and 2020 doesn't count. So this would be like the first year I would have had an opportunity, and unfortunately I'll be out of town. But I'm excited for next year because I really want to go. I love the Natural History Museum. It's one of my
agree.
favorite places.
I've
to
never
go
been
there.
either, but
Oh my gosh,
You've
you
never
have
been?
to
Oh,
go.
you guys have to go.
Yeah.
The outside area they added on a few years back is incredible.
It is like my favorite place in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're there
Natural
probably
History
every 2
Museum.
months.
Oh yeah, the Natural History Museum is incredible.
Yeah,
I should say I haven't been since I was a kid.
Yeah,
It's
right.
I remember
changed a lot since
It's
then.
got the big dinosaur out front, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 That's the only thing I remember.
Sure.
basically. Yeah.
Do
It's
they
still
have the Lucy skeleton here? Is that this place? Or
Yes.
is that Chicago?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
talked about this
Yeah.
last time.
Because I think
actually.
I think
It's all
I've
coming
seen
back
it,
to
but it
me.
was like on tour in Chicago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did talk
We
about
did,
that.
we
'cause
talked
were talking
Oh, we did?
about that,
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we talked
Sorry.
about the legacy lager we have.
No, that's
that we're
funny.
still doing for their centennial with her.
Oh yeah, shameless plug. Legacy Lager back on Friday.
Yeah,
Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started. JC and Haley are actually our first recurring guests. Very
Yeah,
exciting. I don't know if we mentioned that yet on the
They
podcast.
are
but-
the only
We are so
people-
happy to be back.
Yeah. No, this is great. Honestly,
We'll be back again.
Southern Tier has
Friends
been
of the pod.
nothing but amazing to us, and it was great when we reached out to Kim. We were like, all right, well, we have to go somewhere, and obviously we want to do it at a brewery. Like that makes the most sense. Like, okay, well, where can we go? And then she showed out the idea of doing a pumpkin beer episode. It's perfect this fall. I was like, all right, great. Well, we're going to Southern Tier. I immediately was like, great, I'll send an email to Haley. I already told her, like, hey, we can do it at Southern Tier.
You were right.
Before I even heard from her, I
I'd say
was like, Haley will say yes. I'm like, sure. I'm like, well, we can be like bar stools in the back. I'm like,
It'll
she'll
be
be fine
fine.
with it.
Yeah.
So seriously, you guys have been nothing but amazing. for
We
us.
love doing
We
these.
really do
They're
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, you guys, you have to go to the
Yeah, I'll
museum
get
of history.
Yeah,
It's,
I'll get
it's
you.
awesome. Where else can you drink beer with Balto?
Exactly.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
Beer with
Balto's
Balto,
there.
That's what they need to have at the event.
That's a bucket list item. It really is. How's it coming over there? It looks like we got a. Is
Looking
that
great.
like the,
Making progress, I think.
We've got a
Pretty
purple, solid purple.
I know. I'm over there, like,
It's like kind of metallic and it has like a matte finish, which looks really cool. And then I'm gonna try to do some type of design. I haven't
I really
really
like that
committed
matte
to
finish.
anything
All about the
yet.
matte finish nails.
Yeah.
Are you just winging this?
I'm winging it.
completely?
Yeah, I'm winging
I love it. I'm
I-
just taking a page out of our book.
Yeah, that is.
That looks awesome. I love that. That purple is really sick. Looks really cool. I love that. Wow. Let me see. Let's go to our arbiter. We always have these fun little lulls every once in a while on the episode. It wouldn't be us if we didn't have one. But let me see here. What else have we got?
We do have a comment from Terry Lenoci.
Oh, it's my mom.
Oh,
Yay!
yes.
Ten's mom. We
Yay.
love Ten's mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. If you're watching, thanks for tuning in.
It says, missed the explanation on why Big Ten is getting a manicure.
Just because.
Just because. Because why not?
He was a nice, willing volunteer.
No, seriously. I mean, when else are you going to have the opportunity for somebody like him to do your nails? But no, you know what? That actually brings me to this real quick.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure we get this question for sure. But, and hopefully that's not like a whole bunch of static because I'm just waving mics around in the air. We're professionals. We do this for a living, guys. Not yet. Please send us money. Beer is very expensive. No, for real. And Kim, I want to ask you this question is, so obviously this is, you said it's a little bit difficult more doing it on here, and it's awesome to be in such a big figure here where we have Jason getting done. But have you ever done like commission work for other people, or are you open to doing stuff like that? If somebody wanted to have, you know, their nails done for a different event or something like that, is that something you've ever done or thought about doing?
So I'm not a professional, as I said before. I'm actually a librarian in real life, so I'm
Oh,
not
cool.
licensed to paint nails.
I didn't know that was something
Yeah, I mean,
so I feel really terrible.
No, that's
I put you in an awkward spot.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'll paint. Like, I'm not charging you, to paint your nails, so it's cool.
Right.
But I can't charge other people money to paint their nails for
Sure.
them. However, I'm really hoping to do some sponsored work on Instagram. I'd really like to work with breweries
Yeah.
and do like promotional type posting.
Sure.
I think you guys kind of laughed when I said that I'm an amateur nail artist, but if you were to check out some of the work that people are doing on Instagram, it's just mind blowing. The level of skill that some people have. So like, I have this very specific niche.
Yeah.
And it's easier for me to parlay that on the brewery side of things than with like nail polish brands, for example, because they're like, who's this girl?
Sure. No.
Yeah.
Well, they're crazy if they think that, but.
Well, I appreciate it, but yeah, I mean, I haven't done promotional work yet, but it's definitely something that I'm trying to do. Trying to grow my Instagram, but I'm a librarian. I have a day job, and I can't do this all day.
Right.
So
Sure. No.
there are limits. Yeah.
We're in the same boat,
Mm.
and we're definitely not jealous that you have a larger Instagram following than us. But we definitely didn't look at that at all. No, for real. No, for sure. But no, and on that, I kind of wanted to jump back to you a little bit. What are kind of your more like favorite designs, or is there anything being like, I don't know, like the white whale out there that you'd love to try and do? Is there a certain technique or anything like that that you're kind of working towards that you'd love to try out someday?
Oh, there are so many cool nail art techniques that I would love to be able to do. One that I'm notoriously terrible at is called water marbling, where you like take a little a bowl or a glass of water and you drip the nail polish onto it.
Is impossible.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It
So
does
you
not look like what Instagram says.
right, yeah.
It
You dip it
never
on
does.
there,
It never does.
and so it kind of like spreads, and then you dip your nail into it, and you can make really cool effects.
Oh, that is cool.
I am incapable of coming up with anything that doesn't look like a pile of garbage. So
Yeah.
something that I'm working on, but
Those people probably film it a
It's
million
like when
times before
they
they get it right, you know.
plasti dip.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, have you seen it where they fill the big tubs of water and then they like just spray paint in it and then they
Right.
dip whatever into it?
I feel like it's another thing that like I would feel like is super easy to do because everybody online makes it look so like simple. They're like, oh, yeah, right. You just spray it, you dip it in, it looks great.
Justin says all this stuff. Justin, I don't know if we've talked. I've probably talked about this on the podcast before because I absolutely hate it.
Tell us how you
Tell us how you really feel. Liam.
Justin is one of those guys that is just good at whatever he tries.
I disagree.
So, like,
and my
Justin
wife
will
is right
do-
there who will probably also disagree.
Justin will do like one thing and like succeed at it. Like we were talking about it. We were talking about before the episode here. Like and I'll talk about this because I think it was a really cool thing. Justin did ran a 24 and 24. So he ran 24 miles in 24 hours
Yeah.
to help raise money for Make-A-Wish.
It's a special wish. So
A special wish. Sorry about that.
It's essentially the same thing. You know, it's the delineation is for the actual charity, but the concept is the same.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
And-
No, shameless plug, I guess.
that's
He won't
super impressive.
brag about it, but we
Yeah.
can brag for him.
Yeah,
So,
it was awesome for sure.
But just that, like, he'll say it too. Like, Justin's not a runner. He ran like 3 weeks before and then just completed this running like 24. I would
I'm not,
actually
no.
die.
No, and that's what's funny, right? Like I'm skinny and like long like legs, so I look like a runner, which makes it so frustrating because I'm terrible at it.
So this is the problem with winging it is I think I just drew an anarchy on Jason's.
Yes.
finger.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh
Not
my
really what I was
gosh.
going for, but all right.
He loves it.
It's not too far off from my actual political position, so it's fine.
That's awesome.
All right.
Fantastic. No, I guess, and this may or may not be something you'll want to divulge, but I mean, there's like the episodes that we don't do live on here, like there's so much behind the scenes and editing and going back. And like the first episode we did, like we mentioned this before, but like we recorded for like an hour and a half and then immediately deleted all of
It was awful.
it. It was just so bad, not even close to salvageable. But how much, I guess, on this, how much is it like trial and error, and how much is it, I guess, behind the scenes before what we all see online, I guess?
With nails?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, like I said, I do get impatient and I mess things up and I redo my nails a lot. So I'll either redo one or sometimes I'll redo the whole hand if I'm not happy with how it looks.
Yeah.
I don't like to, I try not to overly edit my stuff before I put it on Instagram. I just feel like that's dishonest, like I'll
Sure.
touch up the lighting or make some minor color adjustments, but I'm not like photoshopping the design or anything like
Right,
that.
right.
What's the point, So yeah, definitely there's trial and error. And a lot of times I don't have a specific plan when I'm going in either.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, I have like a vague idea. Sometimes I don't, and sometimes things don't turn out the way I anticipated. So
Sure.
definitely need to make adjustments and kind of just roll with it.
Sorry, this is the finger that's all like curved from doing tri-clamps in the brew house all the time.
This finger?
Yeah, this is like curving in. Yeah,
A little
it's my
bit,
brewer's
yeah.
finger. Yeah.
All right. Good to know. I didn't know that was a thing.
We're throwing curveballs at
Yeah.
you. left and right. And seriously, thank you, Kim, for sitting down with us. As Jason and Haley
Yeah.
probably can attest, it probably is a little nerve-wracking at first when you're first thinking about it and sitting down and to do something like this.
I have never done a podcast.
I was
before.
going to ask, have you ever done one of these
Nope,
before? But I guess
podcast
not.
virgin. So.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
It feels like though we've got a lot of those people, and I don't know if it's a trend of like if nobody knows what they're getting into, so they agree to it.
Yeah, right.
But I guess you guys attested, you guys have done it before, and they agreed to do it again. So I guess it can't be that bad,
No, yeah, it's fun. It's I'm a huge podcast fan. It's all day. I haven't listened to podcasts while I'm working. So
Yeah. That's another thing too. Like, I mean, Lee attested to it. Like, we essentially started this out of the I don't want to say boredom, but like the missing piece of that social interaction that we missed during the pandemic. Of we love just bellying up to the bar and shooting shooting the shit and having a conversation with somebody randomly, and just hearing their story, hearing their background, what they're passionate about, and you can't really replicate that when you're sitting at home. So we started the podcast during the pandemic around, what was it, November, October or so last year? Oh my
think
God,
that's
dude,
right.
it's almost been a year.
It's
Oh,
almost
wow.
been a year.
It's almost been a year. I think it was November, wasn't it?
Crazy.
That's probably
sorry.
right.
Today, I'm just trying to
Wow.
figure out
Oh,
You know,
man.
that makes sense.
I'm gonna cry.
It was because it was our first episode. We had Mad Elves, so it has to be around Christmas
Yeah,
time.
I want to say November. I don't think it was this early, but it had to be around.
You know, it was. I know why too. Just because of the meeting I was at, but it definitely was. Because so backstory, I guess. Our first episode idea was to talk. I'm a Freemason. If you guys don't know that.
Oh yeah.
And our first episode was going to be Justin was going to talk about it, and we are going to like divulge the secrets. You know, divulge the secrets.
This is the first time we've
Right?
talked about this too.
I
really.
know. You guys get the whole backstory.
When he
about
says
it.
Freemason, he means Illuminati.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Which everybody knows, right?
Right.
Da Vinci Code.
So do you like? I had a friend from from school, like all through years. He became a Mason, and it's gotten him out of like several traffic tickets because the cops will be like, "Oh, I'm Mason too." Yeah, you're fine. Go on.
Yeah, right?
kind of see that. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I know. It's not
There's
fair.
more that's going on, man.
There's
I
definitely a
agree.
reason we put them the stickers on the car for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the Stone. Have you guys ever watched that episode of The Simpsons, the Stonecutters Club?
Yes.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
a joke about the Masons, and that's like they have their secret tunnels that they can go to get out traffic at work.
Classic episode.
Yeah.
We should actually replicate
It's such a
that
big
episode.
canvas. I know.
We
Yeah.
should replicate.
We should
I think
try.
if we replicate it again, we have to get somebody else that's not me to like
Do you
actually
think you
talk
could do
about
like
it.
a
Because I think
a
that whole,
jack-o'-lantern face on
that
there,
whole
maybe?
dynamic
Is that
was
too much?
you and
Like
I
a little
back and
jack-o'-lantern
forth.
face?
You
Yeah,
know,
it was
was
It was
very
weird, like
awkward.
sitting down to like interview your
Pumpkin
friend.
jack-o'-lantern?
I'm like, so tell me about this time. Like, I don't already know because we're friends.
Just suggestion. You do what you
You know, I can help.
Yeah, we definitely did. It was fun. I definitely. What's up, Jackson? What's going on, buddy? My wife and my son are over here hanging out. Yeah, he's hanging out. But yeah, it was terrible. I can absolutely, with 100% certainty, tell you that those recordings have been deleted and burned on the hard drives, destroyed. Like they are completely gone. They will,
The
they
first
will
part.
never see the light of day.
That and we had recorded, and then we deleted everything, and then finally, like 2 hours later, we get something that we want to post, something that we had recorded,
Yeah.
and we were going to post it, and my computer dies as it's uploading the
Oh my god, I
episode.
forgot about that. Yes.
I had the worst day after that. If you told me that it died, and
Dude.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to find this. I don't know where it is.
That was the first. Yeah, man. We were using a different platform at the time, and I mean, neither of us have any experience, like background in this with audio engineering or video production or anything like that. And so we were super winging it at that point. I remember I told Lee that we were doing a podcast at like 5 o'clock, and he went up and bought a mic, and we recorded
Right,
that
that was
night.
it.
It was like a Thursday too. It was a random day during the week. Yeah, man, I totally forgot about that. Man, that's awesome.
So definitely don't go back and listen to the first episode.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're willing to have some fun, because it's fantastic, just like the rest.
Yeah,
But-
right. Please,
I'm pretty sure I did before the first time you guys came.
The only saving grace that we talked about is like the whole concept behind drink about it is like it's nothing to say. There's nothing wrong with people who don't drink alcohol or anything like that, but like it definitely loosens inhibitions, and people are more open and relaxed to have a conversation and shoot the shit over a beer. It doesn't have to be this like 2020 like 60 minutes interview with like an interrogation with a swinging lamp. Like it's
Right.
supposed to be like relaxed, just hanging out,
Yeah.
drinking beer. And that episode, I think we drank like 5 Mad Elves in like
Holy-
4
yeah.
or 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
for sure.
And, so I don't remember anything that we talked about after that.
And even more.
So yeah, it could be.
You guys just both
the
pass
missing
out and the
gem.
recording keeps going. You're just sitting
Yeah,
in chairs.
basically.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
really
stopped.
could. But I have a few more that I know I wanted to hit on here. Obviously, we've all been drinking it, but
Mhm.
and I guess Kim, we didn't really even ask you, where do you fall on the pumpkin beer spectrum? Are you 100% into pumpkin beer, or are you hanging out and just drinking them for the podcast's sake? That's right. We're hitting heavy questions.
I'm on the train. I like
All right.
a pumpkin beer. And, that was one of the reasons that I suggested this episode is because it's such for some reason, a divisive topic. I think that there are so many one thing that I like about you guys and about your podcast is that you're very, very easygoing and very open about the fact that you don't know everything about beer and you're
Right,
learning about
yes.
beer. And I think that's so important because in any kind of like niche community and the craft beer community is definitely not immune to this. There's a bit of, like there are a lot of purists.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yes.
there's a fair bit of snobbery sometimes.
Mhm.
And for the most part, people are super nice. But every once in a while, you get that a-hole who's like, "Oh, you're drinking a pumpkin beer."
Right.
And just go home. So
I'm all for having strong opinions, but you gotta allow other people to have theirs too.
Right.
So-
I'm sure you probably feel the same thing in your field too. I mean, it's super unfortunate, but everybody that we've come across, and we talk about it all the time, everybody we've come across, there's so many.
I personally
incredible
blame I blame Starbucks for people being sick of pumpkin spice stuff.
yeah,
I agree.
That's a very, very.
It's just like I guess pumpkin spice stuff. There's so much that comes out all at once. People probably get a little sick of it, I guess. But other people just really love it, so that's probably why there's that that divide.
I don't know why it has to be that like hard line to say it, but it is. It's like nobody's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's like you're either all for it or you're all against it, And that's a good point. It probably is. Let's blame Starbucks. Let's blame.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Let's throw some shade on that.
Starbucks will probably blame us, so I don't know.
Yeah, right. That's what we said. It's like if we ever get a lawsuit with a cease and desist, we know we made it.
Yeah, right.
When we finally get that letter, it's like, all right, that's it. That's great. Yeah.
This is going all over social media.
Really throw out
Or
that's
that
our new-
Starbucks
that's
to
our new
bathroom.
sponsor. Yeah.
Starbucks hates us. Starbucks hates us. Find out why.
Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to start putting out like clickbait like that.
Yeah.
Like Starbucks doesn't want you to hear this episode.
Southern
Click this
Tier-
link before
Southern
it gets
Tier would
taken
hate if you
down.
heard this.
Yeah.
That's how we'll start advertising. All the secrets that Southern Tier doesn't want to hear.
Yes. Oh my god.
all right, that's a little bit rough.
So funny. I don't know.
That's cool.
I'm of the thought of like
Oh,
life's
that's
too
awesome. I
short.
liked it.
Like if you like pumpkin beer or if you want your nails done, like do it. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. And
Yeah,
like
you
I
know
said,
what,
but like the
that's one thing
purists,
that
it's
I-
like just life's too short. Do what you like. If
Right.
you enjoy it, if you want pumpkin, like I got a
these are
pumpkin
pretty rad.
cold brew
I like this.
or a pumpkin sweet cream cold brew the other day from Couchland Coffee. Shout out in Wycliffe. And it was great. It was amazing. I loved it. I was craving a pumpkin beer and I got it, or a pumpkin coffee.
People
It
love
is.
to hate on anything that gets a certain degree of popularity.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
But I don't want to sound. Most people who are into craft beer are super open and accepting and like willing to help you learn about it.
For sure.
So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's always like the loud minority,
Yeah.
It's always like two or
Mhm.
three people who are like louder and shout everybody else, but really like the 99%, everybody else is super open.
Yep.
I feel like hating on pumpkin beer too is just like it's an easy route.
Yeah.
It's like
sure.
it's like low hanging fruit.
Any people hate on
Do
anything.
better out there, haters.
And that's what
You can
people
do
saying
better.
Is like, they hate on people hate on things that get you big in general. Like look at Nickelback. Nickelback really didn't do anything.
I agree.
There's nothing
What a
wrong with
great
Nickelback.
transition,
Like-
Lee. That was
Nickelback really
amazing.
hasn't done it. Yeah,
Brother,
yeah,
I'm proud of you. We've come a long way.
Yeah.
How you can spin pumpkin beer into Nickelback so smooth. That was beautiful, sir.
But like people hate on Nickelback, and like I guarantee, like they come on the radio, you're singing along to their songs
You're right.
for sure. Like,
You're right. They don't sell out arenas for a reason, man. You're right. I'm all with you. What a great transition to talk about our favorite question, Lee.
For sure.
Oh,
That's-
boy.
I'm handing you the mic because you know what's coming up next. Lee, what is our favorite question that we love to ask everybody?
I hate this question.
Okay, this one's coming. Yeah, I don't think you know what's coming up yet.
The
I'm letting you get it this time, though.
Oh geez, the favorite question we like to ask is what is one
I know
album
it's
you will
awkward.
listen to from start to beginning that you won't stop listening to? That album is perfect. You won't skip any songs, won't turn it off. What is the best non-skip album that you'll listen to all the way through? And it doesn't have to be like your favorite band or anything, but just your favorite album that you won't skip a song on.
Should we be nice to Kim and give her time to think, or should we put her on?
Put her on the spot.
Put her on the
I was
spot.
put on the spot.
You guys see that? All right, so a little bit of a backstory, and I'll give you some time here, Kim, because I did the same thing for them. So I sent. Well, no, I didn't. I always send like a little bit of a write up of kind of our questions, and I sent it over, and we asked this question last time, and we we gave Haley a bunch of crap last time for her answer. And I wrote in the notes as we were going to ask this question again that we had to give Haley a bunch of crap for her answer before. So she's a little sensitive when this question came up, but she's ready. So you know what? I agree though. In all honesty, in all fairness, we got to put the onus on Kim. So
Yes.
Kim, pressure's on. What is your answer?
I've got a few. I'll say probably my number one of all time is Joni Mitchell Blue. I don't know if you guys are into Joni Mitchell, but it's an album that I grew up with, so my parents listen to it a lot, and I can listen to it from start to finish, and it just always kind of takes me back to being a kid again.
Sure.
So probably like a more recent one, I guess. What I've been listening to recently is The Shins, "Oh Inverted World."
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's just an amazing album overall. And I just got it. I'm going to sound like a real hipster here, but I just got it on vinyl.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
And
so much better at this
awesome.
So which Shins album is that? Because I know like two that have songs that I like.
It's got new slang on it. Which
That one,
is,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that most people know.
I can picture
and
the album art. I know that one. Okay.
Caring is Creepy is the other one, and I actually heard that here earlier. So,
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
There you go.
Yep.
Good shout out. All right, who are we going to? All right, Jason, go ahead.
All right. This time.
Let's give it a different one.
Yeah.
This is a good time.
What did I say? Yeah, last time I said. What did I say last time? I said "Aeroplane Over the Sea" by Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. This time, Radiohead in Rainbows.
Oh, there you go. Good one.
Because I love Radiohead, and I feel like people say like Let It Be is like the Beatles like mature album or whatever. Like they've got it down to just like a few like really good songs, and that's the same for Radiohead. They got like 9 tight, really well produced songs. I never skip any of them. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Great answer. All right, moment of truth, Haley. It's finally coming back.
Please
The
don't
moment
ask me
we're
this.
waiting for.
I am such a musical virgin when it comes to all of this. You guys are so much more
We
well-rounded
do
than
the same
me.
thing though. Every time somebody asks us, we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like every time Jason goes into all the craziness about the beers. Oh my god, yeah.
I understand what you're talking
Oh my
about.
god, yeah.
I just am not a big album listener. Honestly, this is going to sound like the 13-year-old nerdy answer, but I am like just listening to the new Cinderella soundtrack like crazy. And I emailed you about that and told you, and I'm just going to stand by that.
I didn't know.
It's
I didn't know
amazing.
they made a new Cinderella.
They did. It's a mashup. They made a new Cinderella on Amazon with Camille Cabello, and they did a mashup of a lot of popular songs. So like, "What a Man" with Seven Nation Army, and it was just a really cool mashup of it.
That sounds
It's so
cool.
cool, and it was like set in like like these really like really cool instruments and set in like medieval times. I don't know, it's so cool, and I just really like it. And I know that's a terrible answer, but I don't care.
No,
No,
That's a great
That's a
answer.
great answer. I didn't even know they made a new Cinderella.
It's so good. The
I
music
didn't either.
is so catchy. They open with Rhythm Nation and then do a matchup with the other song I can't remember right now, and then they follow with a Queen song, "Somebody to Love," and it's just a
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a
So
really,
it's like
really, really
it's like
cool.
Glee, but Cinderella.
Yes, it is. But
Oh,
like
there you go.
A much cooler version of Glee.
Oh.
It's all matchups like Glee.
Shots fired at
Man,
Glee.
I love Glee.
Man, there's always hot takes here. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's great. All right, Lee, well, go ahead.
Oh, okay, so
I looked at you.
I thought about this and I'm going with it
We have to
anyway.
keep doing this though.
I've got so many of them though. I can
I
keep
know.
going. I can go for months doing this. The one that I'm going to talk about has actually been mentioned on this podcast before, but I want to bring it back up because it wasn't by me. So that's the caveat I'm going with this time.
All right.
So at one of
I'm
our
hesitant.
last episodes, and now don't be mad at me for not remembering her name. We were at CLE Urban Winery. I at least remember the name of the place. Destiny shouted out this album. It was this Foo Fighters cover album called DGs. So like
Yes.
Dave Grohl DGs.
I never
And
heard of that.
This album, yeah, I never heard of it.
Me either.
And this album is all covers of original Bee Gees songs, and
Wow,
it's all
okay.
Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters. And I love the Bee Gees, but I love these covers, and I've listened to that album on repeat. The whole day after I heard that she knew of that album, I listened to the whole thing on repeat, and I keep listening to it. Tragedy is fantastic; it's one of my favorite songs ever. and I could just listen to that song listen to that whole album over and over again.
You,
So I'm going
you've
with
piqued
it
my
again.
interest.
I can back you up on that
And no
because
one
I did
loves
the
it.
same thing.
This
We
is
were
a
both,
recent, right? A recent.
within like a year or two.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard
Because
of
weren't
that.
they on tour or something like that? That they were playing just like the same thing. Like they were just doing like a Bee Gees tour.
Yes, I think so, but I don't know
Oh,
what
dang,
it is.
that's
It's
fast.
just great. No one likes it as much as I do, but I guarantee no one likes both Bee Gees and the Foo Fighters as much as I do together.
Lee will fight you on this.
No, I like that idea. I love what a like weird combination of styles that is.
It's so good.
And I know I'm probably taking this out of your mouth. I'm sure you probably describe it better too. But didn't Dave Grohl say like he was like his inspiration for his drumming style? He was like, I just copied a bunch of like the original disco drummers. He
Yes.
goes, if you go
Yeah,
back
really?
and listen to
Okay.
songs, he goes, I didn't do anything original. He goes, I just copied disco drummers. He goes, it's all the same thing.
And he even has a story. He goes into detail about talking with the drummer. Now I can't remember his name, so sorry. But the drummer from
no
the
idea.
Bee Gees and Dave Grohl met at a party, and
Really?
he like thanked him for giving him all this inspiration and stuff.
Damn.
And he like said like the drummer for the Bee Gees was cool about it. Like, hey, I know that's what you've been doing. Like I realized that. Like
Damn. Oh, so he even knew and
Yeah,
didn't even call him out. Oh, that's awesome. I feel like Dave Grohl is like a musical just genius.
He's
He's just, I mean,
for
there's
sure.
there's very few people that have been inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for multiple, different bands.
I think
And
there's
unless
only
I've
like
heard,
two or
like-
three that have done it like multiple times.
Oh, really?
Eric
Yeah.
Clapton is one of them because he went in, I think, with Cream and on his own.
Yeah.
So he's one of the people that has been inducted multiple times. I think there might be one or two others, but I think it's actually one other. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Knowing that much already is so much better. Damn. All right. I'm gonna throw my answer out there. I'm gonna say the newest album by the wonderful songbird of our generation, John Mayer, which is Sob Rock. Which is
Okay.
even kind of a play on words of like everybody makes fun of John Mayer and like, oh, it's all this sappy acoustic little music. So he literally named his album
Sob Rock.
Sob Rock.
Oh, really?
And it is nothing but bangers. It's amazing. Every album John Mayer's put out is so good. And
Okay.
Like one of his albums when I selected it.
oh yeah, oh it's so good. Go back, do that deep dive. Go back, listen to them.
Like 2003,
They're all
2004,
good. There's no he never misses. He never misses. But Sob Rock was fantastic, and it came out at just like the perfect time. I think it's only like 2 months old or so. The album came out.
I'm so out of touch with new music.
Yeah.
Like I was.
I am too. Yeah.
I didn't even know these albums you talk about even came out. So
They say to stop listening to new music when you hit your 30s.
I
Really?
hit 30 last year, so that was.
Same here. I just turned 30 in
Kind of
September.
true.
That's it.
Right.
Justin's not there yet. A couple
Yeah.
more months for him.
Thanks for calling me out, Lee. Yeah. Almost. March of next year, we'll hit that 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Watch, you'll have your birthday, and then your knees will start creaking. And
Yeah.
the hair will start
Dude, I'm
getting gray.
already. I can barely walk after this weekend already.
I'm not that old yet. Like I think as far as 30th birthday goes, I had a very young celebration. Going
Oh,
to
yeah, thank
going
you.
to Michigan for a heavy metal concert
Yeah.
was a very young celebration.
It was very much. Yeah, we were trying to like relive our youth a little bit.
So Jason's nails are done, guys. I think.
Oh my
they
gosh,
came out
yes.
pretty well. I'm not 100% happy with some of it, but I
It
think
looks
they
great.
came
All of
out
that's
pretty
because of
great.
me flinching my hands. Let's be
No,
clear.
no.
Yeah, a little jack-o'-lanterns on the thumbs, and then like
Just some abstract design.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
I love the anarchy. Honestly, that's great.
We'll do another
Thank you.
shout out.
Happy accident.
Lacey Neal
We did a couple-
Photography will be taking some photos, and we'll
Cool.
get some really nice glamour shots of both Jason and Kim's nails, and she'll be posting them up on there. And obviously, we'll be sharing them as well. But we'll get some really nice shots. It came out amazing, man. Those are incredible, Kim. You are seriously
yeah.
super talented.
Well, thank
Good
you.
job.
Do not
Thank you.
sell yourself short. Those are awesome. Yeah. Wow. I know. Me too.
How long till I can
Me
touch
too,
things?
kind of, right? It's like I didn't know that I would be jealous, but I am.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good. It dries pretty fast. You should be okay. I know.
Yeah, right.
Careful. Yeah. You're good. You
Kelly
can
said
drink
she
it.
gets you a straw, so
I offered
she
more.
Oh, it's not at
did.
this point.
She really did, though. She did.
I thought that was like a cardinal sin, beer through a
It
straw.
is, but I mean,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You can edit that out in
There's no
post.
judgment here, right?
this is a no
This is
judgment,
a no judgment zone.
straw accepted zone.
Right.
Just digitally edit the straw out in post.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Oh, we're totally capable of that. You got it.
Just gonna send it over.
It's a giant just black rectangle.
That was great.
Came out great, buddy. You'll love it. All right.
I don't think we've talked about this. Well, Kim, where can people find your work if they want to see it? I know we've mentioned this on
Yes.
Instagram. But what's your tag handle? Where can they find you on different social media?
Sure, yeah. My Instagram handle is at Beer and a Manicure. Same on Facebook. On Twitter, I'm at Beer and a Manny, M-A-N-I, because they have a character limit. Yeah. Yep, Beer and a Manicure on Instagram. Super easy to find. That you can also look up the hashtag. But I really, really appreciate anybody who follows, because, like I said, it started as a personal hobby, and just to see that other people are interested in what I'm doing is also, it's really encouraging.
Yeah, it's awesome work for sure. Go
Yeah.
if you haven't checked it out yet, you should.
I was so
Yeah.
excited. I was so excited when Lacey, because we joked about this that everybody knows that Lee's wife Lacey is our de facto manager. And
Yeah.
She sets up almost all of these anyway. She's the one out there like actually grinding and sending out the emails and trying to get people to come on the episode. And she was the one who found Kim here and reached out, and luckily Kim agreed to sign up for this craziness that we're doing here today. Hopefully she probably didn't listen to any episodes and didn't know what she was getting into, but no, seriously, thank you to Lacey for setting this up, and we're super excited to have you. It's been an awesome episode, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've got two more questions here before we wrap up. One of which, and Haley kind of alluded to a little bit, which is a new one we haven't asked before, but I think we may try and tie this in with kind of the musical album. Something we may ask everybody.
Sure.
But we always have a couple of hot takes and some unpopular opinions. But what is that one hill that you are willing to die on? Whether it's an unpopular opinion or something crazy, that every time, no matter what the conversation comes up, that you are going to defend it. You're going to take that to your grave every time.
I can go first. I mean,
If you've got something, go ahead.
Go first.
Please.
We definitely talked about it a little bit before, but I'll bring it up again. Nickelback is not that
I
bad.
am with you, brother. I got your back, man. I'm all for it.
Nickelback
I am all
does not
for it.
deserve the hate they get.
I agree, man. I have physically probably purchased at least 3 Nickelback albums.
For sure. Yeah,
At least 3.
definitely.
And right, if it comes on the radio, you're singing
You're
their
definitely
songs.
singing along.
Whether you don't like them or not, you're singing their songs. You know them all.
If anything, it's overplayed, and I can kind of see that argument. That's the only argument I can see, but they don't deserve the hate they get for being
Maybe
overplayed.
they were. I don't know anything recent.
Because that's what you're going for, right? Everybody wants to be overplayed, right?
Sure. Damn.
So that's
a good one.
That is my.
That's a really good one.
Bringing
You
it
set the
full
bar high.
circle.
I love that. Nice job. Not all at once
Once to go.
everybody. Jason, you had a good one about pumpkin being like bland as
I know, I thought of something, but now I feel like it's like a negative one.
Oh, that's
This is a positive one, Okay, like so many of my friends love the TV show Friends.
Hey.
And I-
Shit. Easy, brother.
I just don't get it. I think it's overrated. I don't get why everybody loves the show.
Wow.
I don't hate it.
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine, but I don't know. It's
So do you fall into the office camp?
Office is fine. It's a little better.
God.
It's fine.
Says, fine.
No, Office is good. Office is good. I give Office good. Like
That's a better adjective. You're
I've
getting there.
watched all
Warm
The
up.
Office. I've seen several episodes of Friends. So
I feel that way about Big Bang Theory. I've never
Oh my God,
been
yes.
a fan of that one.
Man,
Actually,
so many hot takes.
can I jump
on
onto
this
hers
one.
because I feel more strongly about that than I do about Friends.
Dang.
Yeah, not into it. Sorry.
Wow, Friends.
See, I brought the negativity. Now I feel bad. Like
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Never
Like, all right,
mind.
who's next? Somebody please.
I have already said I don't
Sorry.
like stouts and don't like Big Bang Theory, so they're not calling
All
me.
right. Well, we're both being canceled after this. That's yeah.
Jeez. What are you going with?
Well, I think we touched on the mascot thing last time a little bit. I'm absolutely terrified of mascots, but I really think stop motion animation needs to die. It's terrifying.
Stop.
Oh my God! What?
It needs to just go away and never come back. It's a thing of nightmares. I absolutely hate it as much as I hate mascots. See?
Wow.
That is a weird one.
I'm gonna pretend my
I-
wife isn't agreeing with you.
Oh
Right
my God, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I-
terrifying.
I feel like
Right.
I feel like the
It's an
creepiness is what makes it
incredible
cool, personally.
No, what? It's terrifying.
That's why it works with like Nightmare Before Christmas and all that.
Is it
Oh
specifically
man,
claymation
dude, we're about
or
to
is
throw
it?
hands.
It's any the claymation too. Like I'll lump it all together.
Okay.
I hate it all.
Like with clay, gets like the clay is lumped together. We're also
Like
lumped
the
together.
Frosty the Snowman they did like, in the 50s or 40s. I don't even know, but it
That was
just
the 60s.
punch.
Oh, you talking about like with the snow miser and all that?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's awful.
classics.
Such an American. That's like
Yeah.
eating apple pie and baseball. Like, are you even
I
American?
have 3 kids, and it is banned in my household. It is banned. I do not. I just can't. do it.
Okay, I'm just getting in the habit of
trying
doing
to
this now.
stand.
All right, I'll put them down.
That is the hill that I really take.
This might be my new favorite question.
This is a good one.
I love it.
It is good. I like the story of the music one.
True. Yeah, this is really, and I love that we're all drinking, so they actually really come out.
Right, right.
Really want to die on.
Sincere
This
opinions.
is, oh man, that's my new favorite question.
It's a good one
You know,
for
I
sure.
have got another. This is probably not really a hot take or unpopular, but I will say that Christmas starts after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yes.
Give the turkey a chance is a motto in my household.
Yeah.
Give the turkey a chance. Hashtag give the turkey a chance. You guys heard it here first.
Take a turn.
I just gotta bring this up. I've never had this. I think I had everything except for like the cold brew, but I've never had this creme brulee.
Dude,
Oh,
I just
yeah.
did it too.
It is like
Holy
dessert for
shit.
glass.
Yeah.
It is so good.
I am, yeah, I'm coming home with some of
That's-
this.
Cookie coming up soon. I'm super excited.
Sugar cookie, yep.
Damn. All right. Well, I guess I have to give mine before we go on.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was about to ask them about like what other secrets I have going on. Hill that I'm ready to die on. The Lion King.
Wait, what?
Simba did not give a shit about his dad dying.
Interesting. Interesting.
You don't sing a full musical piece choreographed with other animals about I just can't wait to be king, and then try and be sad when your dad died. Kind of a dick move. Kind of a dick move. And then just leaves.
Just leave forever.
Just dips out. He's like, man, can't wait. Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. Dad dies. Oh shit, I can get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
And he forgets all about him and lives with a pig and a meerkat. Yeah.
Listen, man. I don't know.
Dive into that.
The other, I guess, maybe hot take. I don't know. It was a weird one. We did a conspiracy theory episode a while
Sure.
back.
Mhm.
That I am in full belief that White Goodman from Dodgeball is the camp instructor from Heavyweights.
Oh.
Oh, it's
talked
been
about
so
this.
long since I've
Yeah.
seen heavyweights.
Yeah.
Go back.
What was his name? Oh my God, I can't remember it now.
Ben Stiller.
Summer camp with Ben Stiller.
Yes,
right?
Ben,
That's
so Ben
basically
Stiller.
all I remember about
So
it.
in
I know I liked
Heavy-
it, but
yeah. So in Heavyweights, Ben Stiller is the psychotic
Yeah, he's like,
musclehead Jim that takes over Camp Heavyweights and is terrorizing all
Right.
these kids. Right at the end of the episode, the main character's kid's dad kicks his ass. His dad, who is super rich and buys the camp for him, takes him away. He goes away into therapy, gains 500 pounds in depression because he lost the camp, loses all the weight, starts Globo Gym.
oh,
Same character,
yeah.
same long hair, same hairstyle. The logo for Globo Gym is the exact same logo of the fitness of like the Da Vinci Circle with like the arms up and arms across.
Yep.
Same exact logo. He is the exact. It's Tony Perkins is the name in Heavyweights.
Okay.
Tony Perkins is White Goodman in Heavyweights or in Dodgeball.
All right.
That is
I
the
like
hill
it.
I'm ready to
I can see
do.
that.
But if you couldn't tell, I was really excited to talk about it. Again.
I've been thinking about this for a while. So you need to get out there.
Yes. But you talked about a new variation of like sugar cookie or something like that coming on.
Sure.
But the question we asked you guys before, and we learned out a little bit of what are from the Southern Tier. What are some behind the scene things you guys got going on? We already talked about and we know about the new development going on in Buffalo, right? So we knew about that. What was that? Did she? All right. Oh, I didn't even know it was already up and running though.
It just
Did it? Fantastic. So my sister-in-law lives in Buffalo and was loves Southern Tier. They always came for the MAC tournament for college basketball. Always comes over here, and Buffalo always comes to Southern Tier. They loved it,
Oh, yes, they do.
so they were super excited for us to do an episode. They loved it, and that's a great way to
We
say it.
love
Yeah.
Buffalo fans.
Right, but University of Buffalo was super excited that it was coming too. So she just came and said it was amazing. But what other behind the scenes things that nobody else knows about? What kind of secrets? Kind of spill the tea, as the youngsters would say. What do you guys got going on?
We got our sugar cookie, like I said, coming up probably in the next month. Our 2 Xmas is coming back, Old Man Winter. And then we're going to have an Irish cream stout around the beginning of next year, I believe. So a couple exciting beers.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Irish cream one.
I'm really excited about the Irish cream one. I'm excited to try
I think Thick Mint's coming back, right?
Possibly.
Ben told me that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Might have been just
I'm
rumors.
excited. That was
It's
a
coming back for sure.
It's coming back
You heard
now.
it here first, folks. It's coming back.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. We opened our Buffalo location, Asheville, and then Philly will be shortly thereafter. So we're really excited about the growth that we're seeing right now.
Awesome. What about you, Jason? What do you got in the works? What's in the back burner?
Yeah, so we come out of here. Well, I just recreated our porter that we don't serve anymore. We got so many requests for it, so I made a clone version of it here. After that, we're gonna be trying a kiwi mango sour.
I did not know that, and I am
Yes.
very excited about that.
That's another weird decisive. I love sour beers.
I love
Cameron-
sour.
Cool.
Yes, I'm all for it.
I
Yes, I
love
love
sours.
sour beers.
Fruited sours, slushies. Give me
Yes.
all.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
please. Yes.
So this is actually one that I was gonna do later. I wanted to bring back our very popular blackberry sour I've been making. But apparently, I just found out the heat wave over the summer devastated blackberry crops, and there's
Oh no.
no blackberry puree to be found. So,
Oh, that's a bummer.
was it you? You have some in your backyard?
Yeah,
We can
I offered
squeeze
up my
we'll squeeze this much out, and then.
We produce all
Your
the blackberries
private
for you.
dessert.
So yeah, so we're moving that one up a little earlier with the kiwi mango, and then I'm trying to. I might even told you this last time. It got pushed back. Trying to work on a cola stout to be coming out during the winter.
That'd be good.
Yeah, those are the two most exciting ones. Then we always got praise and brown ale during the football season.
Question, did we do the episode with Steve after, this is a weird sidebar, sorry. did we do the episode with Steve after we came here?
No, it was before that, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
I feel like there was a like one of the Steve's questions of like what style of beer. Did we ask them last time? No, I don't know. Probably. Lacey's shaking her head, yes.
She knows what's up.
She's also the show historian.
Right, yeah, sure. Yeah, just keep all our show notes if you want. What about you, Kim? Is there anything crazy behind the works or anything you've seen?
I'm fly by the seat of my pants, basically.
Love it, yes.
Let me see.
Awesome.
I'm gonna have some. I'm sure I'll do some more Halloween nails. I've got I've been telling. Like I said, I live alone. And I talk to my sister all the time, and I've been telling her that I need to get a separate beer fridge. Do you guys have separate beer fridges?
I don't, and I feel like I'm going to get judged for not having one.
No, I
feel like I
I don't
need one.
either. But it's getting to the point where I need one because it's taking
That's a
up
good
a
problem to have,
substantial
man.
amount of real estate in my refrigerator that could be, actual food that I can eat.
Right.
And I tend to kind of stockpile them, like I said, because I pick up cans that have cool can art, and
Yeah.
I'll go to Whole Foods or Heinen's, or there's other places that do a create your own 6-pack. And
Yeah.
so I'll pick up a 6 at a time, and I've got quite a backlog. So yeah,
Awesome.
I've got at least one other Halloween post that I'll be doing. Definitely some Christmas nails coming up. I think before October is over, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I will be doing a post for that for sure, because it's
Oh, yeah.
a cause
Awesome.
that is close to my heart. But other than that, whatever strikes my fancy.
Fantastic. Right on. Lee, your favorite question you ask every time. I feel like we need to hit again. What did we?
Oh, I don't know who wants to, anybody can answer it. I guess if we want to do, if Haley has an answer for it, or if Kim has an answer for it, I don't know, whoever wants to field it, I guess, or both. If you were interviewing yourself, what did we miss? So what should we have asked that we didn't ask in this interview? What should we have asked? I guess the only other way to word
What did
it.
we miss?
What did
Was there
we
anything
miss?
that we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about?
What do you want? What would you have wanted us to ask that we didn't ask?
Go ahead.
Not necessarily something that you didn't ask, but something that I like to bring up is I was really excited that Jason was so into getting his nails painted, because I feel very strongly that nail polish and cosmetics in general have no gender. Like
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes, let's go.
Yeah, right.
I love that.
And
Totally agree.
there it's definitely something that's gaining steam in the last few years.
For sure.
And I think it's great. I think men should feel comfortable wearing nail polish, and it's another expression of your personality. So I hope that it continues to grow.
Yeah, right. Me too.
That's a great answer.
Wow, I know, right?
I second that.
So yeah,
Yes.
I totally agree. As I told you before, I did a couple of times in the weeks before this, and then I took it all off before this. I'm like, oh man, they look so weird and naked. Like, how did I ever live like this before?
Yep.
Isn't it crazy too, like with everything, like how quickly you can adapt to something like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
You know, like
Human beings are very adaptable.
That's awesome. Good question. Love it.
That was
Nice job.
good response.
Well, I'm gonna grab the mic here. Well, guys, I think that's probably it. We're probably gonna wrap up here now. Like I said, we'll get some photos here of Jason's nails, and we got some of Kim's here. Before we close out with Lee's patented signature, if you will, a little bit of an outro. The only thing left to do is to roll the red carpet out and give a little bit of recognition and shout outs to our wonderful guests here. So, Kim, please let us know, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got going on, all your tags, everything like that. Let everybody know what's going on here in the future.
Yeah, sure. My main medium is Instagram. I'm at Here and Manicure. I cross-post things to Facebook and Twitter, and I really appreciate the support. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah,
was a
seriously,
lot of
thank you
fun.
so
Thank
much
you
for
for
sitting
coming.
down. And of course, Jason and Haley, please Southern Tier. Let us know what you guys got going on.
Yeah, you can find us. We're on all your social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, all that. You can find us online at stbcbeer.com. It's got all of our locations listed as well as our social media tags on there. So please come check us out. We're right downtown, and we love to have all sorts of new guests in. And if you ever have any questions, please come hang out with us. We're here all the time.
You can find me here. I make the beer.
He's here all the time too.
I don't think we ever talked about
we
that.
live here.
All right, well, the moment of truth, Lee, hit us with our outro.
First, I want to say I think we need to come up with like a term for this, like Lee's last word or something like that. I think that would be fun.
Lee's last word. Yeah,
I always do it, so
that's
that
funny.
make me more comfortable with it.
I agree. Quit stalling, brother.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out anywhere you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you see it. We're on Instagram and Facebook at Drink About It. Same place on Twitch and YouTube. Like and follow, leave a review. It always helps. Haven't seen us for a while, but welcome back, and we'll check you guys out next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Awkward pause as I run to the camera and shut it off. And broadcast.